The Create Corridor Surfaces command automates the process of creating corridor surfaces. The Create Corridor Surfaces command is developed and provided by WisDot. To create the surfaces, a corridor surface definition CSV file is developed. This CSV file contains point and link codes that will be used to define the corridor surface. Any number of corridor surface definition CSVs can be created for different scenarios or projects. Let's take a look at how this works. I'm going to go up to the corridors and create corridor surfaces. And it's a command line by default. There's no dialog box when this first starts up. And what it's asking me is to select the corridor surface definition file. So that would be our CSV file. I can apply the default. I can view the default. I can browse the current directory. I can browse the last directory. We need to make our CSV from scratch. What we want to do is click on View Default. This will open up Excel with the default CSV. And the first thing we want to do is we want to do a save as. We do not want to edit the original file here. We want to keep this as a template for other CSVs. So I'm going to do a save as. I'm going to rearrange my screen here so we can see everything. So in order to make this, we have 5 columns here, and each line is going to be its own surface. So the first column is, do you want to create that surface? And you just put an X in the column if you want to create it. The next column is the name, and that would be the name of the surface. If you want to leave the corridor name, you can do an asterisk, and then we'll insert the name of the corridor. Then we need to give it a style here, so I'm going to go into C3D, and you have to type in the exact name of the style, so I'm just copying it from the settings here. And then we need to add our feature line codes and our link codes. And I already looked up the codes, so I'm just going to type them in. They're divided up or separated by semicolons, no space. So I'm just going to put a semicolon, and then I'm going to type the name of the next one. Again, a semicolon, and type the name of the next one. If we want to look up our codes, we can always go to corridor properties. And we go to the Surfaces tab and change to Feature Lines. We can find our codes here. So if we need to reference our codes to put them in here, we can. I'm not going to put any link codes in. I'm just using feature lines. I cancel out of that. I'm going to save my CSV here. And you could put more than one line in for different types of surfaces. You could have your bottom surface. You could have intermediate surfaces. The key here is to make a bunch of CSVs so you don't have to always enter these codes in that corridor properties dialog box. You can just load up the CSV and go. So let's see how that works. So once again, I'm going to go up to corridors and create corridor surfaces. And this time I'm going to say browse last. And it brings me to the last directory that I had the dialog box open in Civil 3D. So I'm right where I want to be. Let's say open. And then it's asked me to select the corridor to apply to. I'll select that one. It says process complete, meaning it made the surface. Rebuild corridor, yes. And now you can see my triangles here for my top surface, so it automatically created that surface.